Yo, what's going on YouTube, and welcome back to Goal Line Hockey. It's your boy Kevin Forte, and today we are taking a look at the Central Division champions, the Dallas Stars, taking on the second wild card. This should be an easy matchup for Dallas, right? They should be getting rewarded for playing the second wild card and winning the Western Conference, right? That's funny. They're taking on the Vegas Golden Knights in this year's Stanley Cup playoffs. If you guys like this kind of content, want to see more of it, make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. And also, if you're interested in joining our bracket challenge, the link to that is the top URL in the description down below if you want to join our bracket challenge. And if you disagree with what my takes here, and anybody in the comment section, you guys can kind of prove that in our bracket challenge. So let's head to the matchup. So like I said, the Dallas Stars, this is a team I kind of am. I'm a fanboy for the Dallas Stars this season, and what's interesting is their matchup here against Vegas is very interesting because I easily will say that Dallas is the favorite in this series. I would argue they're one of the favorites to go to the Stanley Cup final, and maybe that's a precursor to what I think of the Dallas Stars this year, but this is a really solid hockey team, and it's just a well-oiled machine pretty much all the way through the year. And it's coming from different guys than you would expect. And the Vegas Golden Knights, they're a different animal in their own respect, right? I think we just expected Vegas to be kind of where Dallas is, but in the Pacific Division, right? We expected Vegas to be winning the Pacific Division and just dominating the whole season and just kind of taking care of business. And that just didn't happen. It didn't happen the way you expected it to, but they're still in the playoffs. And if you know anything about the playoffs, it's a totally different season. Now, it doesn't matter what you did during the regular season. 16 teams are in the playoffs, 16 teams are out. That's the only difference. It is a brand new season. Nothing matters now. You made it to the playoffs. Let's go. And I think that's the mentality and the mindset for Vegas. We got in, we did what we had to do, and now we got to get things done in the postseason. Now, like I said, the matchup should be favored to Dallas, right? The juggernaut during the regular season in the West, dominating, very dangerous, coming from unlikely sources. Your leading point producer isn't who you thought it would be. You would expect it to be, Jamie Benn, Tyler Seguin. Those are kind of the guys from Dallas that you would expect. Joe Pavelski. Not the case this year for the Dallas Stars. The Dallas Stars are a different team right now, and Wyatt Johnston is the guy that really surprised me this year. Jason Robertson leads the way in points with 80, but Wyatt Johnston is tied for third on this team in points, 65 points this season. He also led the team in goals this year with 32. But you can't forget about guys other than Jason Robertson this year and Wyatt Johnston. You also have Rupe Hintz, who also had a really good season. Joe Pavelski, Matt Duchene, also up there in terms of points this season for the Canucks. On the back end, really like what I've seen from Miro Heiskanen again. He's a really solid defenseman. You know what you're getting from him. And for the Dallas Stars, like I said, you still have those veterans in the room, like Tyler Seguin and Jamie Benn and Pavelski. But you're seeing the production from other guys in the lineup, and I think that's really dangerous and really concerning for other teams around the league, and specifically Vegas in this series. This is a team with a lot of depth right now in Dallas, and it could be interesting in terms of what we are going to see from maybe some of these younger players in this series. So, I do have to mention that. Now, what's also interesting for the Vegas Golden Knights side of things is they dominated the season series against the Dallas Stars, going 3-0 against Dallas during the regular season. And for everything that we've said about the Vegas Golden Knights, their goals for, goals against, they are ranked 11th, both for goals for and against this season. So they're up in the upper category there. Nothing really concerning there. What's interesting, though, for the Golden Knights is their special teams hasn't been great. They're 20th in the league for their power play and 14th for their penalty kill. Dallas has the edge in special teams, being ranked both 8th on the power play and the penalty kill across the league. So the Dallas Stars have the edge in terms of special teams. So if I'm Vegas, you want this series to be 1 5-on-5. That is going to be the edge for the Golden Knights. Another interesting thing for the Golden Knights, a lot of people aren't talking about, Mark Stone, who missed a significant amount during this season. He is back for the playoffs. I know everyone's saying they're using the cap circumvention and everything else. Totally understandable. It's been 3 years in a row now. It is a little bit sus. But here we are. The Vegas Golden Knights find themselves back there. And oh, Mark Stone just so happens to be ready for the postseason. Listen, it is what it is. Don't hate the player. Hate the game. They could fix that rule if they want to. They have chosen not to. So in that sense, the Vegas Golden Knights are using it to their advantage. And that's why I think their regular season record, I mean, as much as everyone's hating on Vegas, they have 7 less wins than Dallas. It's not like they're a joke of a team, right? Like, they still had 45 wins this season without Mark Stone for a significant part of the season. Their goaltending has been a little bit kind of back and forth. It's been good at points and then bad. So I think the edge for goaltending definitely goes to Dallas. Jake Ottinger, his numbers don't look great. I think he has a .906 save percentage when the season is all said and done. But really, since the beginning of 2024, Jake Ottinger's numbers have turned around. And if you know anything about Jake Ottinger in the postseason, he is he reminds me so much of, I hate even saying this, he reminds me so much of Carey Price in the playoffs. This is an X factor for Dallas. If they are going to go on a cup run this year, it is going to be on the back of Jake Ottinger. And I think they can do it. And that is why I like both these teams. I think Vegas, it is very difficult. But, it's kind of like going against Tampa Bay in the playoffs. It's like nails on a chalkboard. It makes you cringe seeing the idea, kind of going against a team like Vegas or Tampa in the playoffs. But I think this is one of those matchups where, underratedly, it kind of looks like an upset if Dallas wins this series, which sounds so dumb because they are that good this year. And it kind of seems like, I don't know, it's just a weird series because this easily could be a Western Conference final matchup in any other playoff scenario. And I know a lot of people will be pissed off with the format for this one because, Vegas and Dallas in the first round does seem odd. But I think the Dallas Stars win this series. And apologies, I've got some sirens going on. Let the fire truck go by. Bye-bye. So, so like I said, I'm going to take Dallas winning this series. I'm giving all the respect in the world, though, to Vegas. I think this goes to 7 games. I think the edge goes to Dallas for home ice. I think they have the edge in special teams. 5-on-5 play, Vegas is going to make this an interesting series, and they could dictate play that way, but I think Dallas has the edge there. And goaltending. I think goaltending is so huge. And I don't know if Vegas truly has a 1A. I think they have a 1B and a 1C. I don't think they truly have a number one, really a starting goalie right now. I don't know. Adin Hill, he's been good, but he hasn't really impressed me from any of the games I've really watched. And I think Dallas, as much as you could beline kind of, the maligned success of Ottinger this year, we know he's a different animal in the playoffs, and I think that's going to be a difference for them. I think Dallas is the type of team this year. I think they're going to go on a run like we saw in 2020. I would not be surprised if they get back to the Stanley Cup final. I just think Dallas is one of those teams where things are aligning at the right time for them. And like I said, the emergence of some of the younger guys, we're seeing some of the Russians and Wyatt Johnston and whoever the Russian kid that came over. They just have the right combination at the right time. Jamie Benn is still playing. Tyler Seguin is still there. Matt Duchene is playing well there. I just think they have just enough. And in terms of a playoff team, this is a good playoff team. And I think that Dallas has what it takes to get it done in 2024. I think they could get it done, and I think, like I said, the goaltending is huge in this series. So with that said, like I said, I'm going with the Dallas Stars winning this series, but don't count out the Vegas Golden Knights. I got to give them their props, but I'm going to go with Dallas here. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Who do you think is going to take this series? Let me know your thoughts down below. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you again next time. Peace.